We're recording.
Oh, now we're recording. Okay, great. Huzzah! For those of you who don't remember, we had our first session, man, I guess 2 weeks ago now.
Might have been 3 weeks ago.
Was it?
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had 2 weeks off.
Our PC heroes are Knights of the Protectorate of Tendar, members of the Order of the Emerald. You were assigned to the Castle of Dalton Hold in the town of Kentor in the Kingdom of Valmar. You arrived in the town, which was in disrepair with many buildings damaged or abandoned, and you met with the castle's commander, Sir Sterling. He told you there was a small group of former Daigen soldiers who have not withdrawn from Valmar as ordered. You went to their encampment where you defeated them and captured their leader. You then met his second in command, one Lady Kate, and the other knights stationed there, Connell, Amari, and Shay. You also met Baker as well, who was on your little caravan into town. You're briefed on what was going on in Valmar. The kingdom is on the verge of civil war. Lady Kate thinks that if their religious leader, the aspirant, will crown the prince, this will unite the kingdom and prevent a civil war. You were asked/ordered to pay your respects to the aspirant. Oh, that's why. My headset wasn't taking the music, so I was like, where's my song? You traveled through the kingdom of Valmar over a couple days, distributed food and supplies to the people in the valley, had a brief skirmish with a former resistance leader turned bandit. Outside the Gardens of Tranquility, you met one acolyte, Jazer, probably the only friendly person you met in the valley initially anyway. You visited the Gardens of Tranquility, where you met with aspirant Fiora. She brought you into the hidden Temple of Tranquility, and each of you touched the Orb of Visions, a holy relic of the gods of the people of Valmar, the Celestia. That's where we stopped, with each of you having just finished your experience with the orb.
And didn't we have a long rest?
You did before doing the orb. You actually spent a week in the Gardens of Tranquility. Yep.
Right.
And we leveled up.
Okay. Yeah, we're level 2.
Brian, remind me,
And
who
you-
is Amari?
Amari is one of the knights who's also stationed at Dalton Hold that you guys have met briefly.
Okay.
Was she the one who was arguing with the one guy?
No, that was Lady Kate, the second in command. Amari is
Okay.
one of the knights like you guys are there. You guys met, I think there were 3 or 4 of them. And you guys haven't really interacted with them too much, but they were at the briefing that Sir Sterling gave.
I have notes about who all the people are, and for some reason theirs was blank.
So basically, Sterling is the castle commander.
Yeah, I have him as the cool paladin guy.
Yep. Lady Kate is the second in command, but she's actually from Valmar.
Yeah, she doesn't like Commander Sterling.
Yeah, they had some kind of disagreement. And then there were a number of knights who were all, you and them were all,
and then
basically the same rank.
And then we met Aspirant Theor, and there was one other person I think we met there, right?
Aspirant Theora.
Theora, that makes sense.
And acolyte Jazer.
I have Aspirant Theora listed as Garden Pope, which I am assuming is accurate.
That's a pretty good. That's not a bad description, actually.
She came across more as like a Dalai Lama to me, but spiritual leader.
Yeah, definitely a spiritual leader.
All right, I remember whoever it is now. I'm ready.
Give me one quick second. I'll be right back.
So will I.
Wow, everyone leaves right away.
Don't worry, I'm still here.
I am also here.
I know the worst too.
Thanks. Which
All
one
right,
of
I'll
you
be
is
right back.
the other one. Clearly, I'm not the one of the worst two. Love bread pudding.
I'm back.
Sorry about that. I was just finishing what I was eating, so I was putting it back in the kitchen. So yes, you're all inside the Temple of Tranquility, which was like kind of hidden behind like an illusory entrance in the gardens. And whoever went last, I don't recall who it was that went last, but whoever went last.
I went
has-
last.
Yeah, there you go. So you have just completed whatever experience it is you had with the orb. The four of you are standing with the aspirant.
This happened after our week rest or before?
Correct.
After,
After.
or before? After. Okay.
After.
You guys should be full.
Yeah. And if I remember right, Kanashi stepped away from the thing and commented something about. She said something out loud like her skin fell off or something like that.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
just looks contemplative.
And what was the purpose of showing us these visions?
Hold on, let me check my notes here.
Right, forgot.
There ought to be asked questions.
She says the orb of visions shows you what you need to see. I have waited here so long for your visit. I'm grateful to have met you all finally.
And our purpose in coming here was because we brought the supplies, right? And we spread
Yep,
those
that was kind of a
throughout.
side quest since you were doing
Right,
it anyway.
exactly. But
Yep.
our purpose of coming to this person is we want them to.
You want
We want to try and get them to decide the back prints, whatever. I think.
correct.
Yeah.
To agree to place to make Prince Samtel King Samtel in a gesture that Lady Kate believes will make those persons who are not supporting his claim to rule over Balmar they would not have any resistance to him if the religious leader were to publicly support him, basically.
Well, I hope we all saw what we needed to see, I guess.
And she kind of slowly walks over and returns the orb to its pedestal.
This is why we can't take 3 weeks off.
Huh.
Totally forgot what we're supposed to do.
Yep.
I think we did the thing and now we're gonna go back.
Is that,
Yeah, I
did,
think
did,
so.
did we already do the thing, Brian?
You guys have not talked to her at all about any kind of politics.
Yeah, that's what I
you
thought.
basically met her,
Oh yeah.
and then she said, "Hey, you wanna see this?" And you guys were like, "Sure."
Well, we've come to ask your support of our prince that we might move through these lands unchallenged.
She kind of waves at you dismissively, and she says, "The politics of this realm do not interest me. The spiritual well-being and the faith of Valmarans is my only concern. If the people place their faith in the vision of the Celestia, everything will work itself out. Your visit here to me today is a testament to just that.
Well, if their spiritual well-being relies on their physical well-being, then I think you should hear what we have to say.
I would always hear what you have today. Says, hey, let's go sit in the gardens. And she kind of gestures towards the exit so you guys can leave the temple and go sit in the gardens themselves.
I would follow.
Yeah. When we sit down and start talking, Kanashi's gonna just take her cards out and start just kind of laying them out, and it doesn't look like she's really paying much attention to what's being said. She's focused on other things.
So you guys leave the temple and return to the beautiful, peaceful gardens, and she kind of finds a nice place on the grass and settles herself down slowly, and then kind of sits there in like a kind of a cross-legged kind of yoga-ish meditative type seating, and kind of looks at you all expectantly.
Well, Aspert, we've come here to pay our respects. And additionally, I think it would be in all of our best interests, including in the spiritual well-being of your people, if you were to crown our prince to unite the kingdom and prevent civil war.
Is he your prince too? I wasn't aware you were Valmarin.
Is he not our prince?
Yeah,
Well,
we're from a different country.
Right, yes, I'm aware of that. But
yeah, Kanashi's from a very different area of the world.
but we want them to crown their prince.
You do. She
Got
just
it.
thought it was an interesting use of the word "our."
I would have retconned that to the prince.
Okay, sure, that makes sense. And she says, "Well, Sir Drusk, my meditations and visions have not shown that that is a path for me, so that is not a path I wish to take."
And what is the path that you wish to take? Is it a path of civil war, suffering for your people? Because I believe that is the alternative.
I will be. I will have moved on from my post as aspirant long before that has happened.
So have we come here in vain then?
Oh no, I don't think you've come in vain at all.
I want to be. Is she paying attention at all to what I'm doing with my cards?
Not. I wouldn't say in particular.
Would she be interested in the fact that they are tarot cards?
I don't think so. At least not.
Okay.
Not of their own accord.
Okay. When she says that, Kanashi's going to pull a specific card that is the Hanged Man, which is supposed to embody sacrifice, or martyrdom, kind of indicating Kanashi thinks that she's intending to be some sort of martyr.
Hold on.
Would it be a waste of my breath to try to convince you otherwise? I can't outspeak your commitment to your visions, I suppose.
Indeed, you cannot.
Well, then I guess we've failed on our mission. We'll be on our way.
If I might ask, why is it that you don't want to support the prince?
She seems to be considering her answer. She says, well, in Valmar, it's long established tradition for the aspirant and the acolytes to separate themselves from the secular politics of the region.
A separation of church and state? Ridiculous! What country would do such a thing?
She says, but I do
None.
recognize your mission and the reason for it. If the next aspirant chooses to choose a different path for herself, maybe that path will be right for her. However, it is not for me to make such a monumentous decision in the twilight of my run as aspirant.
Druska getting a little frustrated, not at the aspirant, but more frustrated at himself that he feels he's failed his mission.
Frustrated at the situation.
He'll just kind of be like, the aspirant would prefer to rest on their laurels and wait for this to be a problem for another day, for another aspirant.
Sir Drusk, the Celestia have a vision for us all. While you may think you have failed in the mission that you were assigned, I believe you are successful in the vision that ultimately matters.
Well, then the Celestiums failed us all, and Driscoll get up to leave.
She seems unbothered.
I guess I have one more question then. Would you say that supporting the prince would be worse for the spiritual health of your people? Or is it that you just purely want to stay out of the politics?
Is I wish to stay out of the politics. I do not wish to commit the acolytes down a certain path when I won't be here to lead them down that path.
I think I can respect that answer.
Kanashi's going to pull another card, the Death card, which represents end of cycle, beginnings at change and metamorphosis.
Tell me, good knights, in your journeys through our kingdom, I hope you were able to visualize what this place once was rather than what it has become under the occupation that the people had to endure for so long.
I had not thought about such things.
Well, perhaps consider it on your way out and try not to judge the people too harshly. They've been through much. I pray it is in the Celestia's vision that they will have an easier and happier path going forward.
May I ask a question?
You may ask as many questions as you like, my child.
Have you had any visions regarding the prince, whether he gets the throne, does not get the throne, and what the results might be?
I have not. The
I would
destiny,
like to insight check that.
you may. The destiny of the prince and the path that I will soon be on do not intertwine.
How old is this person?
Well, you would guess she is. So most of the people of Valmar are half elf,
Yeah.
and they're kind of a half elven offshoot in that at one time they were, you know, established with, one elven parent and one human parent, but it's been more that all of it's half elves and children's of half elves and children's of half elves, like they're almost their own thing, separate from the culture of the two parent races that established them long ago. She definitely looks like she is elven of some sort, either elven or half elven. You would assume half elven, given where she's at. And with that in mind, it's a little bit hard to tell, but she's definitely on the older side.
But not like about to drop dead.
She looks very old, but she also looks like she's in very good health. And you believe what she's saying.
Yeah. It sounds like you are familiar with your own demise and when it might happen.
Oh no, not demise, my child. Just I know soon that my path will take me in a different direction.
Does this path have anything to do with our visit?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. So go well.
It's not terrible.
She says, "My dear Sir Darnaby, everything has to do with your visit."
Ah.
Well, that's
Ominous.
concerning, I think. I don't know that I'm ready for such responsibilities.
Responsibilities are sometimes thrust upon us, whether we're ready or not.
Are you
Is-
able to explain any of the visions we received from the orb?
What you all experienced is when you touched the orb was for you and you alone. If you choose to share what you experienced with others, that is your choice to make.
Were these portents of the future or things that may never happen or have already happened?
The answer to all of those questions is yes.
Hmm.
The Celestia, for those of you who did not grow up here and did not learn about them as children like most of Valmarans did, are a unique power here. They are unique among the gods of Voltaia, not more or less powerful, just different. The Valmarans are their chosen people, and we must have faith in their vision for us. The Celestia exist separate from time and space as we experience it. They experience what has happened, what is happening, and what could happen, all simultaneously. It's something that all of us have a very difficult time trying to comprehend. It's just such a profoundly different way of experiencing everything around us. They do not experience time linearly. They experience it all simultaneously. And that experience changes as the possibilities of the future change with the decisions that all of us make in the present. And you touched one of their great holy relics. And as such, you were shown things that I would say, without being certain, I would say you were shown things that are of great import and not only might happen, but have already happened or will soon happen. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a more useful reply. I know it's a rather cryptic response.
It sounds like my queen, my dark queen that I follow, but backwards. She likes to keep the memories and hold on to them.
Except for the Celestia, they aren't memories. They are happening. Past, present, and future. All
That's
one
why
and the
it's
same.
that's why it's backwards.
And who is your Dark Queen, Kanashi?
Most people refer to her as the Raven Queen.
Mm. Has she served you well?
Oh yes.
I'm very glad to hear it. We should remain faithful to the deities which serve us best.
Do I detect any different kind of reaction at the mention of the Raven Queen?
Make an insight check.
21.
She seems pretty nonplussed. The
Just kind of like, oh, that's exotic, but maybe nothing more than that.
yeah, she seems honestly kind of a little bit like an open book, if a bit cryptic.
hmm
Um, she strikes you as
Not being cryptic to be deliberately obtuse, but cryptic because its very nature is cryptic.
correct, but also she strikes you as somebody who has seen and experienced a lot
hmm
and is very well educated, and as a result you just get the vibe that it would
It's hard to
take
surprise her.
yeah, it's hard to surprise her or throw her off.
Yeah.
And according to her anyway, she is the high priestess of a group of deities whose very existence is the experience and flow of time. One would surmise that might make it even harder to surprise her.
Right. Okay. Um, does anyone else have anything they want to ask or say?
Dreska is back in their room angrily packing his bags.
By the way, I think you were AFK, Thomas. Uh, the lady asked what deity Kanashi uh, believed in, served, whatever, and Kanashi said the Raven Queen. So
I see. That checks out.
He says, "Well, I'm here for you as long as you all need." If I understood Commander Sterling, I believe it's important for him, for the Knights of Tendar, to make a positive impression on the people. If you'd like, help yourself to as many fruits and berries on your way out as you'd like. Distributing food from the Gardens of Tranquility to the people will certainly endear you to them.
That does sound like a great idea.
I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Did that sound like just being friendly, or that she very much expects to see us again soon?
Yes.
Okay.
So, someone remind me, there's a way to like change your character sheet from collapse to like fold. I don't know how to do that.
It's not that. It's not advanced tools.
Whatever, it's fine. It's no big deal. I liked the other way I had it before better.
Manage in the top right. And choose the sheet layout
Oh,
to
yeah,
compact.
there you go. Thank you.
So we leave the temple place.
The Gardens of Tranquility.
Yeah, the gardens, I suppose.
All right.
I mean, it's and unless other people wanted to stay for some reason.
No, I think I'm good to go.
This might be a nice place to retire.
When you leave the gardens, it is a very cold fall day. The weather changes almost as soon as you walk out of the borders of the gardens. It's foggy and very cold.
They had the heater on in the gardens, huh?
Yeah. Very cold. Not quite freezing, but it's getting close to it. And there is a brisk wind, making it even colder. Acolyte Jazer greets you as you leave, and he very friendly expresses his appreciation for your guys coming down into the valley, and he gives his kind of verbal support for what the stated mission for the knights here in Valmar is. And then he says, on a personal note, please tell Lady Kate that I'm going to find the time to visit Kentor soon, and to send her my regards.
Oh, nod. Very well.
We did grab as much fruit and vegetables and such, right? As we could get.
You can get as much as you want. There's
Wait.
all kinds of
Are we gonna steal from the starving nation?
yummy
No,
food.
Yes.
they were offered to us.
Right, but we brought them food. We should probably leave them with their food.
Well, I think the monastery here place is a bit different. I think they
Oh.
got lots.
They're doing the
There's all
Catholic
kinds
Church
of
hoarding
edible
thing.
foodstuffs in there that she said help yourself to and distribute it to the people on your way out, basically.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah. So it's a nice, quiet 3-day journey back, or I should say 3 days, 2 nights back. Most of the people.
Kanashi is going to notice Drusk being frustrated as we're on this journey and say, Drusk, you seem annoyed.
Of course I'm annoyed. We failed on our mission. Although I'm not sure if we could have... I don't think there was a right combination of words we could have said to turn the aspirants' loyalties to our side here.
Perhaps it is for the best. There are some that claim that the prince should not be the king.
Well, we had a job to do and we didn't do it. That's all I know.
It could be worse.
Could always be worse.
Yes, of course, it could always be worse.
I imagine Kanashi has like a big smile when she says that.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that's exactly what I was imagining too.
So it's a quiet 2-day, or 3-day, 2-night journey back. Most of the people you come across ignore you, but you do get the kind of occasional nod or wave, and it certainly isn't as openly hostile as the way in. Now they seem to be more or less ignoring you, as opposed to glaring at you or openly
Fearing
uncomfortable.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do use the travel barns if you're so inclined to do so. There's towns are like a day apart, journeys apart, so there's a nice warmer place to stay in each town on the way back. The weather does warm up on your way back. The wind dies down a bit, so it's still cool as opposed to cold. And you arrive. Oh, I'll do this. And as you arrive in the town of Kentor, walking through the city center, I forgot we actually have a map, so we can use this. Walking through the city center, which would be number 4 on this map, you guys would be coming from the right. You see a couple of wagons and Amari and Kate with the captain of the town guard, Shay, as well as a couple town guards. They have the wagons, and they are distributing like bread and basic foodstuffs to any of the townsfolk who approach them and ask for it. And they kind of, wave or nod as you go by.
Interesting.
I'll wave back and smile real big.
And we haven't really explored this place too much, right? So we don't necessarily.
No,
know
you have
all
not.
this, but we've been to Dartmouth.
You don't really know what any of these places are, except for 2. Was the tavern.
Who's the
As you-
tavern? And we know one is Dart and Hold.
Right. As you pass by number 3, which you don't know what this building yet, and I realized I changed the name of the person there, so I'll have to update this map. But
Hey, what
standing
happens?
outside the map, outside that building, is a kind of friendly-looking hobgoblin who smiles very bigly and seems to wave at Baker very friendlily as you guys are walking by, and Baker kind of maybe embarrassedly or meekly kind of quickly waves back as you guys go by. And you also notice the tavern sign outside of Chappie's has freshly painted. Looks nice.
When Baker is kind of shy about his waving, Kanashi's gonna look at him and go, "Why are you shy about waving?"
Well, Garen's not exactly the most popular guy in Kentor,
Why does that make you not want to wave?
Well, we're trying to build rapport with the townspeople and
Why is
get
he not
on.
popular?
Well, I mean, it's generally accepted that people think he's a Dagon spy. He's literally the only hobgoblin in town.
Kanashi's
I look at
gonna
Epke.
look. Yeah, Kanashi's gonna look at Epke. And
I'm not a hobgoblin.
And then look
You're a
back.
bugbear, right?
You're right. He is the only hobgoblin in town. Do you think similar things about Epke?
No, it's not about what I think. It's about the perception of the townsfolk.
Do you think the townsfolk think the same things about Epke?
Probably.
So why treat Epke differently than him?
Oh no, it's not about me treating him differently. Garen
But
and
you
I
are.
are friends. We have lunch from time to time, but
Would you wave so meekly towards Epke?
maybe. I don't know.
Does he
I'm
wave
just
to me
saying, I'm
now?
trying to stay on good terms with
Wave
the
at Epke
townsfolk.
so we can see how you do it.
Kanashi's gonna look back towards Epke and just try to read the expression on his face about this conversation that is happening about him 3 feet from him.
It just seems like he doesn't care at all. It's not like the first time something like a conversation kind of like this has happened in front of
Maybe
him.
just a little bit exasperated, just kind of it's like, all right.
Again.
He says, and then Baker all of a sudden says, "What in the world is that?" And he points to the west, and what would be just off this map, on the side of the road that goes towards Daigen. It looks like there's a small hobgoblin military encampment, like 2 or 3 tents and 2 or 3 soldiers, like kind of just off the side of the road.
Nobody noticed this before.
Well, it probably doesn't appear that they're trying to be duplicitous if they're camped
No,
so
not at all.
close.
They're literally camped directly on the side of the road, and it wasn't there before when you guys left 10 days ago. It was not there before.
Driscoll,
Didn't we
have,
just clear one out?
we have horses, right? Yeah.
You guys have carts? Did you take right? No, you gave. You don't
I
really
took a
have
horse.
riding horses.
I
No, you
stole a
gave 'em
horse
to the
from
farmers,
someone.
remember?
Oh, damn it! You're right.
Yeah, because I gave it back, so you decided you had to give it back.
Ugh, but horses are worth so much money.
I
I'll demount the wagon and walk over there.
will follow.
Are we going towards the hobgoblin camp that we're going?
You going past the castle to the hobgoblin encampment?
Yeah.
As you
I
get
guess
closer,
I
it
would.
looks like there's 4 tents total, kind of around a fireplace,
I draw my weapons. I'm kidding.
Hot dog!
and a couple of soldiers approach you as you come up to their encampment. It looks like there's 4 soldiers in this encampment, 3 hobgoblins and an orc.
Do they
Are they
have?
wearing any iconography?
Yeah.
Kind of the general like infantry soldier of Daigen, basically.
So they are wearing.
So they are from Daigen.
Yes, they are definitely Daigen soldiers.
Do they have like a flag that they're flying?
There will probably be a banner in the encampment somewhere.
No flag, no country. It's the rules.
And whoever walks up to you first kind of says, "What do you want, Dendar?"
We are knights returning from a mission. Seeing what it is you are doing camped outside of our hold.
Well, if you're just getting back, maybe you check with your commander. He'll tell you everything while we're out here.
I'm sure he would, but that seems not very hospitable of you.
I was not trying to be hospitable.
Why?
I have no reason to be. You approached us.
And you're outside of our lands, near our home. I would think that politeness would certainly be a priority for those so surrounded by less than friendly faces.
Well, we have permission to be here. Like I said, Knight, go check with your commander.
I will give them a dirty look and then go back to Dartmouth.
I hate you guys. I hate you guys so much. All right, let's see how many days you guys have actually been gone now as you arrive back.
Well, we were gone a full week, plus 3 days, plus 3 days.
That's
So
right.
13.
Why is my pen not working? That's very annoying.
We didn't see any of those bandit guys on our way back, did we?
No, it was actually a very quiet journey on your way back.
Interesting.
All right, you guys arrive back in Dalton Hold. What are you doing?
Looking for the commander.
All right.
We need to report back, and also, why are those guys out there?
So you find him easily enough. He's in the command conference room with Lady Kate when you arrive, which works out great. And as the four of you walk in, he says, "Well, you certainly took your time. I hope the journey was worth it. I'm looking forward to a full debrief."
I just
She
look
w-
at Drusk.
She was disinclined to acquiesce to our request.
Short version is they're not gonna be persuaded by anything we have to offer.
Technically, this aspirant, well, not. Apparently, she is going to be replaced soon, and she doesn't know what the next aspirant will be.
Lady Kate says, "Well, I'm not surprised she opted not to do it. That's not something. Wait. Why would Fiora not be aspirant very long?
We
Why
tried
would you say
asking.
something like that?"
We tried asking her the same question. I throws his hands up.
She seemed to be responding in riddles, but it seems that she believes it will be her time to depart soon.
She spoke in
No,
ideals, not conversation.
Our people need Fiora now more than ever. You guys keep that to yourselves. You can't be telling Valmarans that the aspirant is going to be stepping down. But I need to go speak with her. And Sterling's like, "Just relax, calm down. Let's take a breath.
Perhaps you'll have
Let's
better luck
find
than
out
we
what's
did.
going on."
I didn't get the feeling she would be stepping down.
She's not one to be spoken to.
I mean, maybe I can change her mind. I'm Valmarin. Maybe she needs to speak with one of her flock. What else did she say? Kate seems like she's about to pull her hair out.
We were
She talked a lot, but she said nothing.
bid to touch a artifact that gave us vision.
She stops. She looks at you and she says, "What kind of artifact?"
A sphere?
One of the four orbs of Thessalos. I know it's not Thessalos, but
You know what it is now? I'm calling it. I love it. And it's now an orb of Thessalos. I'm actually writing that down.
Marcus gets inspiration.
Yeah, Marcus, take inspiration. Love it.
sweet.
She says, "Are you serious?"
Yes.
The
I'm
most
always
faithful
serious.
of all Valmarans don't get to touch an orb. The acolytes don't get to touch an orb. Touching an orb is like stepping closer to the Celestials, our god. Why would she let you I don't understand. She must have her reasons, but she kind of slumps in her chair. She seems both upset and confused and genuinely curious as to why the aspirant would readily let you guys touch an orb of Thessalus.
I do not know why she wanted us to touch them. The visions were quite strange, though. At least mine was.
You had visions too?
Yes.
She kind of closes her eyes, just kind of taking deep breaths. Sterling kind of is taking it in. He goes, well, that's all interesting. I don't really know what to do with that. I guess
Me,
that's
me
probably...
either.
Is that good, Kate? That the aspirant, is that going to help us improve our relationship with the people? And Kate kind of exasperated, throws up her hands. I don't know.
In my
Well,
vision, I saw a woman I didn't recognize be flinched of her skin.
that sounds very disturbing.
Drusk looks at her just like, what the fuck?
Well, on to our mission of earning the trust and friendship of the Valmaran people. It is my hope to rebuild Kentor to its former glory. I'm sure you've noticed the town is not in particularly good shape. I have persuaded the local tavern owner to not leave town as he was originally intending to do so. We can't have businesses just up and leaving the town, so I'm encouraging all of our garrison here, when you can, drop by Chappie's and give him a little business, since he was so open to suggestion about staying in town and becoming a civic leader. And you hear Baker say, I hear he has a really good stew. Well, anything else I should be aware of?
There were some bandits on the road.
I'm not surprised, unfortunately.
They seemed interested in stealing our supplies so that they could distribute them.
Can't say that I'm surprised about that either.
We killed one of them.
Well, that's unfortunate, but I'm sure you did what you had to do.
I think we killed two of them.
We
Unacceptable.
killed one.
The horses killed one of them.
One would died incidentally, but the other we definitely killed.
I think you killed one.
Who, Drusk?
Two died. One of them at least died by us. The other really was a victim to circumstance.
I just knocked mine out.
Well, tomorrow you all go back on the watch schedule, so enjoy your evening.
Why are there
Welcome back.
Why are there Daigen agents camped out nearby?
The soldiers? Well, that's a problem I'm in the middle of now. I don't really have time to deal with it, but they are temporarily guests.
Why?
Because I said so, soldier. Be sure to check the watch list for your shift tomorrow.
She just dropped it because I said so?
That's right. You guys see Baker standing up and kind of slowly going toward the door.
I'll get up and follow him.
We can go.
Epke Baker says to you, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Chappie's in a bit. You guys should, once you're settled back in, come join me for dinner."
All right, I'll meet you at building number 2.
Love it.
Marcus loses the inspiration he had.
within the hold.
No, Chappie's out right outside.
Yeah, it's right here, Thomas.
It's building number 2 on the map.
Yeah, but when someone invites you to dinner, you don't usually pick the place. Usually they do.
But that's what he said. He's going to
Oh, I didn't hear that
Chappie's.
part. I just heard he was inviting us to dinner.
Yeah, to Chappie's.
No, Thomas, I demanded that he takes us there.
That's what I thought was happening.
Chappie's, or else you're getting beat down, old man.
I mean, to be fair, there's
like-
really only 2 places to eat in town right now, and that is one, your mess hall in the castle itself, or Chappie's.
And Chappie's is probably going to be better food.
One would think. All right. What are we
So,
doing now?
um,
Incidentally, sorry, before I forget,
Hmm.
if you guys want any normal weapons or armor worth up to 50 gold pieces, you can simply ask the quartermaster O'Connell, and he will get it for you. By the way,
Ugh,
oh, cool.
but I already spent money on gear.
When we leave, Kanashi's going to hold her ear to the door and see if they start arguing again.
make a perception check.
16.
You hear the Charlie Brown adults. Womp 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 womp. Womp, womp,
Does
womp,
it sound heated?
womp, womp, womp. No, it actually doesn't.
Okay.
You know, we forgot to tell her that that monk fellow was gonna come see her soon.
Oh, yes. I should do that. I'll open the door and stick my head back in.
What do you say?
Well, first I wait to see if they recognize that I stuck my head in.
Oh yeah, when the door opens, it's pretty obvious.
Okay. The aspirant indicated that she would be seeing you soon, I believe, Kate.
No, it was the Jason fellow.
Oh, Jason. She's maybe coming here, not sure.
She
He
says, "Oh,
may-
thank you."
Kanasha will stay staring at her for an uncomfortably lengthy amount of time and then pull her head back and close the door.
All right. Where to now?
I mean, do we just go straight to Chappie's?
It's up to you guys.
Don't exactly
mean,
have
we-
spoils to unload.
Yeah, I pack pretty light. Like, I suppose you might want to take your armor off if you were wearing armor, but
That's why
then again, maybe not.
I'm gonna get studded leather armor from the quartermaster.
That's one of the reasons I made that option available to you, so you could have light armor to travel around town, kind of deal.
Is like ammunition like bows free?
Yeah, you guys can get arrows, bolts. Yeah,
Okay,
stuff.
well, I'm gonna get a
I'm
long
gonna
bow
get
with
some
some ammo.
studded leather armor too.
There you go.
Sorry, I talked over you, Marcus.
It's like
my
shopping,
bad.
but for free.
So, what are you guys wearing? Just kind of going light armor with your weapons over there.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do before you go to Chappie's?
I'm going to just get rid of my normal leather armor. Okay. So we didn't really get an explanation as to why those hobgoblins are here.
We got
Nope.
no explanation.
No explanation whatsoever. He basically told you mind your business.
And where are they camped?
On the map, just off the road to the left, to the west.
So over this way direction?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. Are they on the north or south side of the road?
North side.
And like, are they just like 100 yards, 200 yards, or are they like half a mile? Or
No, just off the map. They're
okay.
they're pretty close. I mean, close enough to where you guys saw them as you were walking up. So.
Brian, I have a complaint.
Oh yeah.
We still can't reorder the character sheet.
That's
I,
gonna take updates to their stuff.
Yeah, I wish I had an answer for you.
It's gonna drive me crazy.
Put it in the comments section.
I'm just
In
gonna
the
start
comments.
Get in the comments.
every day posting until they fix this. Day one of posting until they fix this. Day two.
You gotta go Brennan Lee Mulligan on this. Get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
You know what to do, gang. Get in the comments.
I think I'm just gonna go straight to Chappie's.
I'm gonna change out of my good armor and put on my shitty armor, and then I'll go to Chappie's.
All right.
I'm gonna put the longbow I took in my room or wherever I put all my stuff, and then go.
Does a longbow use strength or dex?
Dex.
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 I think heavy crossbow is strength.
Nope, always Dex. We had a bow in your game that was specifically a strength-based bow.
For
my guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That Jarsali gave me.
Yep, that was one of Jarsali's gifts.
And 3.5, like you could have like a heavy longbow would require a certain amount of strength to draw,
Correct.
but shooting it was always dex.
And I believe, if I recall, that that bow was Dex to hit, but strength for damage or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, to Chappie's.
The Jappies.
Happies.
All right.
The Chappies.
You guys walk after changing out of your gear and hitting up the quartermaster. Connell is the quartermaster, by the way, that you did meet him briefly.
I was kind of hoping this place was going to be called Choppies and the proprietor was going to be a talking cutting board.
That would be a good callback.
That'd be a good one. Oh my gosh, I have so much free gear now.
You walk in the tavern, and to your left, you see Baker and Amari. They seem to be like just standing up from the table, and they're having a conversation. To the right, as you walk in, you see a bunch of locals, drinking amongst themselves, and they all kind of note you coming in, but they don't really seem to pay much mind to you. Turn that down just a bit. There we go. And right as you guys come in, you see Amari kind of shaking her head, not in like a negative way, more like kind of, oh, you, like shaking her head and walking away. And she greets you all on your way in as she goes on her way out. You do notice this. So this right here is like curtains to another room. There's like another room up here, but it's blocked off, and the stairs upstairs are also blocked off.
By like ropes or what?
Yeah, he's got stuff piled up in front of him. It's just clearly not meant to be accessible. And then Baker comes and joins you over here. And then this fine gentleman hold on a minute. Comes over and introduces himself as Chappie Lestrange. He is, if you recall, when you guys first came in, he was having a conversation with Commander Sterling outside of his establishment as you guys walked into town.
That's right. We don't know what that conversation was about, though, right?
You do not? Nope.
Okay.
And he offers you drinks and the daily stew if you're hungry. And he says the Knights of Tendar and their paychecks are always welcome here in Chappie's.
Do you have fish?
I don't believe we have fish. It's hard to get fresh fish this far inland. But sometimes we get stuff from the river from the locals. Let me go see what Daryl has in the back.
I'll just take some of the daily stew
Excellent.
in an ale.
What'd you say, person standing next to the door over there?
I know.
And
I'll
right,
also take a daily stew.
and the bitch who told us to mind our own business, that was Lady Kate. Correct?
No, Commander Sterling basically said because
That was
I
Commander
go.
Sterling, got it.
Yeah, Commander Sterling was that bitch.
Alright.
That's exactly right. And the you guys do notice the locals seem to maybe the locals here in the town have kind of gotten used to the knights being around. They really don't kind of pay you much heed. They kind of do their own thing, and they basically are ignoring you.
Perfect.
As you're settling in, and Chappie is making his way back to the kitchen. Baker's kind of like, oh man, I'm telling you, that woman, she's it, man. I'm gonna marry that one. He seems to be referring to Amari on his way out the door. She's just amazing.
Driscoll give him a very weird look.
Do you think you have what it takes?
Apparently not. She's already shot me down twice, and he kind of looks at his ale and says, how many of these have I had?
It'll work
He's-
eventually.
oh,
Just keep trying.
Did you guys hear what happened while we were gone?
Is it about
No.
the hobgoblins?
Yes! Oh, it's crazy! He kind of scoots his chair closer. He said, so, Connell was out on a regular routine patrol with some of the boys, and then a man riding on a horse was being chased by those hobgoblin soldiers. And he asked for protection, and Connell's, he's not a fan of the Daigans, so he kind of stepped in and protected him, and they took this fellow. His name was it begins with a T. Tano, Terry, Tilo, I don't know. Anyway, but he goes to the castle and he asks for sanctuary. Apparently, this guy was like some pretty brutal resistance fighter during the occupation, and the Daigans want him returned to be tried for crimes, but the prince doesn't want to turn his people over the Daigans, so temporarily the commander has granted this guy sanctuary, but he has to stay in the castle for now while the two sides argue over what's going to happen to him. And Kate, of course, she's very adamantly, she does not want this Tino guy given to the Daigans.
What was the name of the guy that we met on the road?
Koji?
Name of the...
Koji,
The
yeah.
bad guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, not this. Different guy.
Okay.
Different guy.
Or Koja?
This guy was
one of
coming
those.
from the road to the west, from Daigen.
Oh.
It's Koja.
Yeah.
Koja, yeah.
The totally opposite direction. So we missed some stuff while we were, sampling the garden apples or whatever. And then
Interesting.
Chappie comes over and puts down some stews and some ales. And he says, I do have some fish, but I'll be honest, it does not smell great.
I will have stew then.
Excellent. The stew is very good today. Daryl makes an exceptionally mediocre stew that I loved overcharged for.
Let me
he
know
walks back
in
to
the Let me know in the future if you have fresh fish.
I will definitely do so.
Kanashi's gonna look over at the baker and say, "You have asked her twice, and how short of a time span?"
Oh. I don't know. I guess when we got here today, so 2 weeks?
Hmm.
We're friends, though. It's fine.
Did she say why she said no?
No. She just said no. Rude. He starts working on another ale. He brings you over a stew. Where is it? There it is. There.
I eat the stew.
This is Chappie's brother, Daryl.
They look very similar.
Well, they're related.
Checks out.
So you guys are eating and chatting, and Chappie and Daryl are going back and forth to the kitchen, and the locals seem to be in a good mood, and we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then we'll be right back.
I know I wrote down everything for the orbs, but I can't find out where I wrote it down at.
I wrote it in my bio section in my my character sheet.
Maybe I did that too. Let me see. Nope, not in there.
I should go back and watch it and do that.
I might just ask Brian to give it to me. Yeah, go back and watch it would probably be better. Did I not save it after I wrote it down?
All right, back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Did anybody else leave, or are we good to go?
I think we're
I
good.
think we're good to go.
All right, excellent. So you guys are sitting in the tavern, kind of chit-chatting and eating and drinking and being merry, when you notice very suddenly that all of the locals seem to have stopped what they're doing, and they're staring at the door.
Just wondering, is this a wall right behind us?
Whereas, yes, it's like a kind of a semi-private room, basically. So you, from
Okay.
where you are, you actually can't see the door.
Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Is it like a full wall or is it like a half wall?
No, it's like a full wall.
Okay. When I notice that everyone just kind of stops and starts looking over there, I'm gonna get up, walk across the table, and go over here so that I can look and see
Yeah,
what's going on.
it sounds like Epke somebody walked into the door. And Kanashi, as you kind of poke your head around the wall, as soon as I can make sense of my stuff here, there it is. There it is. A hobgoblin has walked into the establishment. He is wearing the traditional breastplate of the hobgoblin warlord, their equivalent of a general.
Oh, from Daigen.
Yeah, from Daigen. And everybody over here is basically staring at this guy, including Chappie, who has kind of got the mouth open, like.
And
Yeah.
is this one of the guys that we saw over at the little encampment, or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up and walk around to the opposite side of Kanashi. Just
Yeah,
I'll go over
I'll
here.
do the same.
Hey, you cut in front of me.
Yep.
I'm gonna cut in front of you.
And I'm just gonna walk around him. I'm gonna start going outside to see if there's anything outside going on.
There is a warg tied up outside.
Oh, cool.
I'm just gonna say to this guy, "Hello, I am
I'm gonna-
Kanashi."
I'm gonna have all of you guys make a history check.
9.
I don't think I do that.
I gotta work them in there, you know.
A 14's not the worst.
I didn't tell it to roll disadvantage.
Why is mine not rolling? Mine might roll a couple times. If it ever
Take-
rolls. Okay, let me close my sheet. Reopen it.
Might have to refresh.
My sheet's not wanting to open.
Yeah, you're gonna have to refresh your browser probably.
Already did.
Oh.
Well, while you're refreshing, he is wearing the traditional warlord's breastplate of the Daigen Union. Otherwise, he does not seem to have a weapon on him.
Are you here to try the daily stew?
He says, actually, I was looking for you.
What do you want with us?
A drink? Perhaps share some stories? He walks past and kind of goes between you guys. Says, Chappie, bring us all around.
Insight check 14. Is there an ulterior motive going on here?
Let's find out.
Barnaby hasn't gotten up, so he's still sitting at the table.
Just to be clear, for the financial situation on this round,
We're going Dutch. You pay for yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about. Baker's paying for all my stuff.
call
He's the
that
one who
going
invited me.
Daigen. Going Daigen on the bill here.
Well, in the interests of maintaining good relations between our peoples, I'll buy the first round. Says, the courageous and virtuous Knights of Tendar. Such an honor to meet you all. I need no introduction, of course. And
Is
you
there
are...
any sarcasm dripping off of that voice?
I'll have you guys all make an insight check.
13.
18.
7.
Hang on, I'm trying a new thing where I keep my character sheet popped out. So. Ooh.
Drusk, since you rolled the highest, you notice a couple things. One, you all, specifically you, but also Epke, who have been you guys both. You have both been the target of generalized kind of green skin dislike from the people of Valmar. And the vibe that the locals are giving off toward this man is not that. It is very specific. You get the impression that they all know exactly who he is. You also notice both Baker and Chappie's basically jaws dropped to the floor when this person walked in.
Okay.
And do I have any idea who he is?
You do not.
Okay.
So he holds his hand out to Darnaby, waiting for an introduction.
We can skip the formalities, Tukad. What are you doing here?
Well, quite rude. You know my name and I don't know yours.
I have a feeling you do. You said you were here for us.
Smarter than you look. I am here for you. Chappie, Tranks, hustle, man, hustle. You see Chappie almost sprinting across the floor, trying not to spill.
Is Chappie acting intimidated?
Very much so.
Okay.
This isn't the guy that Baker was talking about that we're giving asylum to, right?
I'm guessing he's here to
No,
take
that was
that
a
guy
human
back with him.
who's requesting asylum from these guys.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's make sure. They both start with T. That's what Thomas called.
FK, I'm going to pull you in private for a moment.
Oh my god. Thomas,
He's
you gotta
dead.
go too. Thomas,
yeah.
you gotta go too.
Yeah, I gotta go too. Hello, I'm here to record. I'm stepping away now.
All right. When Drusk said this guy's name, it dawned on you who he is. He was basically the military governor of Valmar for the last 20 years of the occupation. He was accused of really terrible things while he was there, ordering his soldiers to do really brutal things to the populace and the resistance fighters. It's basically like having a well-known war criminal sit down at the table for drinks with you.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And literally every Valmaran would know who he is on sight.
Okay.
So, there we go. We'll go back now.
Make people nervous.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, so Chappie kind of quickly throws the drinks down and takes a quick bow at the hobgoblin and shuffles away. And you guys feel the eyes of everybody in this place watching your table. He goes, well, Drusk, at your request, we'll skip the formalities. I'll go right to the reason that I came. I think we can help each other.
My name is Kanashi.
Tanashi, I am Warlord Tukad.
Why is everyone here afraid of you?
I'll tell you later.
Just be truthful.
I'm assuming I can come back.
Yes, for sure. Be truthful, Sir Epke. It was war after all. Terrible things were done on all sides. Don't just repeat the vile rumors that you've heard.
You two know each other.
Well, I know all of you. I was told
You don't know me.
I heard the old lady showed you the orb. I knew that old crow had kept it from me.
I don't know what you're talking about. What old lady?
The aura, of course. The old woman in the gardens.
Oh, that
It was
old
right
lady.
there under my nose the whole time. I'm giddy to hear all about your experience.
It was very relaxing. We got some fruit and we left.
No, not that experience. Tell you what, we'll trade. I will tell you about my experiences with the other 3 orbs if you tell me about your experience with the orb she has.
Oh.
Even trade, that seems fair.
Is
Knights
he
of Tendar
being
are all about
honest?
fairness, right?
I agree,
Is he being-
Tukad. Such a sensitive conversation doesn't belong in a tavern. Accompany us back to the hold, and we'll chat freely there.
I'm not keen to have this conversation near Lady Kate. She does not like me.
Why?
Because he was the leader of the occupying force here for the last 20 years.
Oh.
Man, my tavern music dies so fast.
Drusk is going to feign being upset that Chappie is taking so long and walk over to the bar. And then when I get over there, Drusty's going to tell Chappie to go to the hold and get Lady Kate.
Oh.
Make a persuasion check.
I'll pass him 2 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
The nat one
He slides the gold back to you, which, you know, if the halfling slides the gold back to you, that's not.
means no.
Drusk, come on, man. I just got the bar back going again.
Damn it! Alright, I go back.
Why do you have the other 3 orbs?
Intellectual curiosity.
How did you come by them?
I found them and I took them.
From people?
Well, from the Valmarans, of course.
Why?
Why did I take them from the Valmarans, or why were they keeping them? That's not a very specific question.
Why did you take them from the Valmarans?
Because they were hiding the knowledge that was contained within them. Could be a great gift to the world, to us all.
What kind of knowledge is inside?
Why don't you tell me? You touched one.
I did, but all I saw was you die.
Fascinating. Why would you see me die?
Is Drusk telling the truth?
I don't know.
Alright, so I rolled an insight check.
Oh!
I'm also.
Oh!
So do we all have to do rollies here? Oh, 21.
3.
18.
No, I'm full of shit.
Okay.
Drusk leans into you, or Tukad leans into Drusk and says, "Was it by your hand?"
Yes.
I don't think I need to roll an insight check for that one.
He leans back. Well, are you going to tell me how I go?
Tunnel collapse in the middle of a sword fight, deep in the Underdark.
I wonder what we're doing in the Underdark.
Yep.
Underground tunnel up into the pools of tranquility where you can get the orb. So you should go down to the Underdark right now and start looking. Yeah. I don't actually say that.
What about the rest of you? Drusk here apparently kills me.
It is your turn.
All right. Which of the orbs of Thessalis would you like? I've touched 3 of the 4.
Let's start with the first.
I don't know if there is a first.
The first you
One I've
touched.
Oh, fascinating. Hold on. Says, well, the first one I touched. Where's my handout? Gosh darn it. I have so much stuff in here.
It's a problem, I get it.
I know, man. It really
Been
is.
there.
This is the first one I touched. The orb appears crystal clear, like you're looking at the most untarnished of the natural lands of Valmar. And when I touched it, I had a vision of my future. Or maybe my potential future, I don't know. I was at a ornate, large, like larger than you've ever seen, feast table in a glistening white city with diplomats and warriors from the world over. We were discussing the future of all of us. It's my destiny to be at that table.
Ooh, I don't know if he's being honest or not.
Chappie, another round. He basically sprints over, throws down ales for everybody. You guys notice Baker has stopped drinking, by the way. He has just an unfinished ale in front of him.
Me too.
Well, Tukad, I think that our destinies are more intertwined than we think.
Perhaps even.
Have you any idea about what the White City is?
I don't. I've never heard of such a city. Have you?
No, but I've seen it as well.
Have you? In person or in your vision?
My vision.
That's fascinating. What happened in your vision? He's very genuinely interested in this.
His first answer was a lie.
Kanashi!
Well, you see, Kanashi, but now we are exchanging truths. Druss has realized that perhaps we should be exchanging truths. You must all forgive me. I have not broken bread with many knights of Tendar. Do you not drink
Kanashi, what the fuck?
during your social interactions? Is that just a Daigen thing?
Referring to Kanashi?
Well, those of you who have stopped drinking, he's basically pounding it, and he's surprised the rest of you aren't pounding.
Drusk is still drinking.
I don't usually partake, so that's why I'm not drinking.
That surprises me the most. The only man that had ever drunken me under the table was a bugbear.
You've not met many people from where I am from, have you?
I have not. I was going to ask you. I have not really had the opportunity to experience very many areas of the Protectorate. Are there glistening white cities like you saw, Drusk, or is that perhaps from somewhere far away?
Not where I'm from. I've never seen such a city, and I've been all through Tandar.
Fascinating. Those of you who are drinking, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I would say Darnaby's been sipping. So,
Then I will say with advantage.
all right. Do.
Kanashi had like one, and then that's it.
And then when things got interesting, she stopped.
I just keep on giving all mine to Drusk.
I've been drinking a fair amount. Where's Constitution on here? There we go. Saves. There we go.
You and Tukad are both in trouble.
feeling the first wave, a little tipsy,
You got the buzz going.
Got the buzz,
tingly,
that's right. Yep.
tingly limbs feel a little loose.
Just come, Drusk. I told you of my vision of the White City. What of yours? That was the deal.
So
I
am
understand
I
the
just
Knights
like
of
super
Pendar
drunk?
Always keep the no buzzed, definitely not
Okay.
super drunk, just buzzed. Right? That's your oath. You all keep your word. Isn't that the thing? I read somewhere?
What do you want, Tukad?
I want to know what happened in your vision of the White City.
Why?
Intellectual curiosity. I feel like I've said this already.
You have.
I don't think I'm interested in discussing the White City with you further, but I'm sure whenever we meet there, we'll have plenty to discuss.
Well, a deal is a deal. I told you all my vision. Somebody needs to reciprocate.
I will. I saw a woman I do not know whose skin was flayed from her body.
Who flayed her?
It appeared nothing. It was not done by a person as far as I could tell.
What did the woman look like?
A human.
Well, it's unfortunate. I thought we would swap stories and learn something about the world, but
I told him my story.
that's true. You did. Is anybody else willing to have a enlightening
It's-
conversation?
It's your turn again. I told you mine.
First, tell me what the orb looked like. I tell you what my orb looked like.
Did it just like look like a glass sphere, didn't it?
No, they all kind of look a little different. You can just I gave you guys an art handout, but you can just describe it to them if you.
I describe it to him.
Okay, excellent. This is well the second. There it is. The second orb that I touched was like a swirling orb to the stars above, shooting comets and cosmos. Not nearly like the grounded nature of the first. And when I touched it, I found myself in a strange place, unlike anything I've ever seen described, almost not of this world. I could see the purple cosmos above, stars brighter than your wildest imagination, pools of water, motionless completely, smooth as a mirror reflecting the cosmos above, and a massive, pillared temple.
I'm kind of looking at everybody else's faces to see if this is if they're reacting to what he's saying.
Is anybody reacting to what he's saying?
Drusk looks like he's ready to be done with this guy.
Certainly doesn't sound like anything that I saw.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Is like, is there any kind of recognition?
No, not from Darnaby.
Drush doesn't seem to think we're getting any benefit from this conversation. He's ready for it to be over.
What about Epke? Is he getting any kind of?
Hey Brian, I know I wrote everything down, but I cannot find my notes on it. So
On
I'm
what
not
you
sure if I saw.
experienced?
Yeah.
I have pretty detailed notes because I need
Oh
them.
yeah, anybody watching our VOD needs to be careful because I have a bunch of notes that I took that about shit you guys don't know about yet. So if you're watching our VODs, don't cheat.
I'm gonna shoot
Don't.
you a quick DM that maybe will jog your mind.
All right.
That's what I have for mine, Brian. Tell me if that's missing
Alright.
anything important at some point.
I'm annoyed with myself because I know I wrote it down.
I know.
Don't
You'll
know
find it
where I
after we're
saved it.
done, of course.
Probably.
That's how it go.
Let's see. All right, almost done. All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Correct, Thomas. You got it. He says, "Well, I shared my story. Who's next?" Chappie, another round.
As you can see, standard blaze. If you're magazine base plate, make sure you down a lot easier.
And he throws out another round of ales, and then scurries back behind the bar.
I suppose I could go next. I had a vision
So,
of
all right.
walking through the woods, and it was
My open gun.
filled with dead Daigen Union soldiers. and all of a sudden, there was like hundreds of blue eyes appeared in the darkness around me. And I still don't know whether they were attacking me or not.
They will hold up, all right?
And then I came out of the dream.
Now, they're not going to break the bank, but they
Well, that
will
one
hold
doesn't
up.
seem
Relatively
particularly
cheap, I do
useful, Sir
recommend those.
Darnaby. What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know.
If you have a,
Was mine useful?
I don't know. I don't know if any of these are useful.
Oh, maybe, did you have a bunch of soldiers die and maybe you got attacked by a bunch of monsters with blue eyes? Because if not, maybe it's gonna happen soon and you should watch out.
If I become aware of a column of my soldiers walking through a forest full of blue-eyed creatures, I will put a stop to it immediately.
That might be wise.
Well, one more, friends, or are you cutting me off?
Well, it's your turn again.
Well, I will only share if you agree to reciprocate. Fair is
Like,
fair, after all.
I'll look towards Epkey and shrug.
I'll say I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't touch any orb.
I want to insight check him to see if he's lying.
You can inside check me if you want. Insight, you probably see a look of we shouldn't be talking about this. We were told not to talk about the orbs. Kind of look in my face when I'm looking at
Oh,
you.
were we told to not talk about the orbs?
Theora told you that the experiences were for you, and if you decide to share them with others, that is entirely up to you. That's what she
But
said.
didn't the Amir or the council tell us not to talk about it at all? Because no one's allowed to touch the orbs or even see the orbs.
Okay. No, she
Yeah.
was more. It's not that they weren't allowed. It's more of, it's this like revered religious experience that so few people get, that she was upset and confused as to why you all would be allowed to touch them, and somebody like
Worried the
her, who's
locals might be jealous.
right, right.
Oh, it was.
Also,
We were told not to tell anyone about the spirit.
Theora stepping down
Yeah.
potentially.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought it
That's
was.
what she
Okay.
said to keep to yourself. Yeah.
Oh, sure. We were standing in front of a cave of fire.
Who's we?
Me and them, and I'll point to the other people beside me. Kanashi, Drusk, Barnaby. I don't know if Drake was there. Not Drake, but what's his name? Bark?
Baker.
Baker.
So the third
you
orb.
got the right letters.
For some reason, I was wanting to call him Donut.
was smooth and
It's
beautiful
not
to
pink,
the
it's
touch,
Irish red.
even though it appeared to be a shattered, broken thing. And when I touched it, I was transported back to my childhood, to my dealings with my grandfather, to what he taught me of how to fight and how to lead. It was a wonderful refresher on the great teachings of my family.
I have a question for you.
Take a drink and I shall answer.
Why must I take a drink first?
It's part of the social experience, Kanashi.
My culture is different.
But we are here.
This place is not your culture either.
It is not, but look behind us. When before they were staring at me, weren't they all drinking and socializing?
Some were drinking, some were socializing, some were doing both.
He takes a pull of his ale.
Now that you know that Aspirant Theora has the sphere. Do you intend to take it from her?
Well, truth be told, I kind of always knew it was there, but maybe knew is a strong word. I strongly suspected it was there. But that place is protected. Have you ever tried to step foot in the Gardens of Tranquility while holding a sword?
No.
I do not recommend it. Even now that I know that it's there, it's beyond my grasp as long as it remains there.
But if you could, you would take it from her by force.
Anytime within the last 20 years, I would have, had I had the opportunity to do so.
Why?
The knowledge the orbs hold, it should be for all of us, not stuffed away in some corner of a dusty temple or buried under some tree.
Who are you to say such things, though?
Who is she to say that we shouldn't have this knowledge?
So, what does a warlord do during peace times like this? Just kind of changing the subject.
He polishes off the rest of his fourth ale, and he says, goes on journeys for knowledge. Just because I'm a soldier doesn't mean I'm not also an intellectual.
This is true. Have you been to other regions?
Not yet. He stands up. It has truly been an honor to meet you all. And he walks away. However, he doesn't get far. As he turns to walk toward the exit, it appears the locals maybe had some liquid courage, and they appear to have been waiting for him. And they all have either a club or a dagger of some sort.
This is gonna go well.
And when Chappie sees this developing, he's, no, outside, no, we don't need to do this here, outside, please, outside.
I say y'all should put down your weapons and let him go. It will not end well for anyone else, for anyone here.
Tukad says, oh, thank you, my hero. I am unarmed after all. I am.
I want to
being...
insight check that though.
Okay.
Yeah, is he feeling?
He's not feeling. Is he feeling threatened at all?
Yeah.
Against them.
He doesn't seem to be overly bothered by the situation, but he does appear to be unarmed.
Well, yeah. So I mean, Helbrim appeared to be unarmed.
That is true as well. He says,
"Oh, is the halberd gonna fall from the sky?"
He says, "Oh, dear Knights of Tendar, I believe one of your oaths is to protect the defenseless when requested. I am here, defenseless and unarmed, and being accosted by this mob of armed people who clearly have violence in their heart. I must request that you defend me."
I'll say, well, yes, you people should put down your arms, but you by no means are defenseless right now. I have heard of tales of your fights. I'm sure you could probably take them all down with ease, even without having any weapons on hand.
Oh, you flatter me. I have had so many drinks, and I have not a weapon to my name. Make a persuasion check with disadvantage to try to convince the nice folk to let him go.
Oh no. A 5. If it wasn't with disadvantage.
stepping forward once again. Chappie is bouncing around back here, begging, please, God, no, not here.
I'm gonna turn around and tell Baker, go get the guard.
I feel like
Oh, you need-
I feel like defenseless is so up to interpretation.
I know, isn't it?
It is.
It's like a guy with a baseball bat, and John Jones is like, "Oh no, I don't have a weapon."
Please, dear
I'm-
knights, don't let them hurt me. I came here in peace, seeking only a drink and some knowledge. I have no
I'm
ill
gonna
will
come.
toward these fine people.
I'm gonna stand near Epke and say, "I'm afraid if you attack him, he will likely kill you all."
And just wonder, do we know if there's any like order out to arrest this guy on site or anything like that right
Nope.
now? Okay.
Mm-mm.
If at any point I feel you're in danger, I will certainly intervene.
Well, what point would that be, Drusk? What danger do I need to be in? If I turn my back to them and he turns around and looks at you, so his back is exposed to these people.
Drusk takes another pull on his mug.
Uh, I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, I can't remember the guy's name. Turok?
Tukad.
Tukad. Tukad, please stand by Dress behind me. People, please put down your weapons and go back to drinking.
Of course. I know you're stepping in to keep me safe as I am defenseless against this armed mob.
Yeah, we'll see who I'm keeping safe.
What does this lady have right here?
They all have just kind of miscellaneous improvised weapons. Clubs, daggers, bottles, kind of whatever they
So-
get their hands on, yeah.
If she's got like a club, I'm just gonna try to step forward to her and just kind of put my hands on her club and just say, "Please, I think he will kill you if you attack him."
Make
What's
a persuasion check.
What's the law in this area? Can you fight back if they hit you first?
I think that would be allowed, yes.
Okay.
That's an 11.
See, I'm trying to protect these people from him. Not really protect
It's
it.
a pretty low roll.
Epke, they
But-
seem to be pushing forward. Are you going to attempt to restrain them or stand in the way?
I'm gonna try and stand in the way. I'm not gonna try and restrain them. I'm just gonna kind of like have my arms out a bit and kind of just hold them there.
Says Chappie, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do any damage to your establishment. Would you, good sir knights, be so kind as to... They seem unhappy that you're there, but they don't want to physically assault you guys. If you would escort me out of danger, I would be ever so grateful, good sir knights.
I'm gonna go stand over here.
Your reputation precedes you. Protecting the defenseless indeed. Says, what if I get accosted by more townsfolk outside? Perhaps you should escort me there as well. And he walks out.
I'm sure you're capable of leaving.
I'm gonna poke my head out the door. Are there any more townsfolk outside ready to go at him?
They don't seem to be any there actively going at him, but it sounds like word of his walking around has gotten about, and there are definitely a lot of looky-loos.
Okay. I'm just gonna watch from the door.
I'm gonna tell everyone in here. I understand why you're angry, why you want to do this, but I wasn't protecting him. I was protecting you. I believe even without weapons, untrained civilians would stand no chance. I'm not even sure if I would stand a chance against him as I am now. Are they trying to go towards the door or just standing there, or what are they doing now? The people inside the bar?
They don't seem to like that explanation, and they're all drunk and pissed off.
I forgot they're drunk.
Kanashi, Tukad does not seem to be in too big of a hurry to be leaving. Apparently he had a shield that he just leaned outside of the tavern while he went inside, and he has kind of strapped it to his back casually, and he grabbed the lead to his warg. He's scratching its nose, taking the lead, and he's kind of just standing there. He kind of looks like he's stretching his back. Maybe his back got a little stiff in the armor while he was sitting down.
He's trying to draw it out as much as he can, basically.
I'm still inside.
I'm just still watching.
He's basically just standing there.
I bet he's waiting for some of us to come outside and escort him outside of the city.
Could be.
I'm just gonna keep staring at him.
Maybe we should go get Lady Kate and she could escort him. I'm sure he would love that.
Oh, I told Baker to go get the guard. Sure, word will reach her soon enough.
All right. After a moment, he seems to be getting a little bored, and he slowly mounts his warg, I should say, and it starts slowly walking to the west.
I'm gonna use that thunder or thaumaturgy to make a thunderclap sound right behind the warg, so hopefully it goes faster.
All right, hold on a second. Oh, that's not the right one.
Guess it depends on how well they train their wargs.
It does startle, but he kind of reins it in. Whoa. Whoa.
He was rolling animal handling?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Damn, unfortunately he rolled really well.
He did. And his are the rest of you just staying inside?
Yeah, I'm just staying here while keeping an eye on these people, hoping that they don't try and run after him.
They seem their frustration seems to be more aimed at you guys now.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Chappie, another round on Baker.
Chappie,
For these guys.
next time that I
Baker.
tell you to do something, please do it.
Drusk, you don't understand. That would not have gone well.
It wasn't gonna go well either way.
But it's another round on Baker. Daryl, get another round on Baker.
Oh, Baker!
Drusk will leave now. He's done. He's done with these people. Ungrateful of my heroism.
You going outside?
Yeah. Super annoyed.
Says the person who just sat there the entire time while these guys got.
Hey, listen, if they want to get killed by some warlord guy, that's on them. I was waiting for them to become the defenseless ones so that we could protect them once he starts ripping their heads off.
Kanashi, you're kind of watching Tukad slowly trot away toward the west. And right as about Drusk walks out the front door, you see a very brief flash of light. And near where Tukad was, and when the light's gone, he's gone.
Do I recognize that as being a spell?
Make an Arcana check.
10.
If it is a spell, it's not a spell that you're aware of.
Is there any kind of mark on the ground?
Can't tell from where you're at.
I'll go have a look.
Okay. Make a survival check. While Kanashi is walking over there, what are the rest of you doing?
I
I'm gonna finish my stew.
I go back to the hold, and I'm gonna tell Lady Kate about what happened.
are there tavern people starting to sit back down and drink?
The arrival of free booze has helped, and they're
I
starting to
will-
settle down a little bit. But instead of ignoring you guys, they're now kind of giving you guys dirty looks.
I will go out and go start walking towards Kanashi to make sure nothing
Okay.
happens while she's
So
just.
we have. I just want to make sure. Kanashi is going to check for tracks. Drusk is going back to the hold, and Darnaby is finishing his stew.
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm kind of in the middle of all three of them outside.
So Drusk and Darnaby, you see as Kanashi reaches to where Tukad was, and she kind of takes a knee to check the ground, and you see a brief flash of light, and when the flash of light recedes, Kanashi is gone.
Oh shit.
I will sprint straight there.
Darnaby?
I was the one inside eating, so I don't know that I have
know
any
anything?
indication.
Drusk?
Well, I think I was going back to the hold, so I don't know if I would even know that.
You would have saw it because the hold is further away than where they were. So you would have kind of seen her, or at least a flash of light, and then she's gone, and then you would have seen Epke sprinting over that direction.
Just to retcon something, I would sigh first, like I knew something like this was gonna happen, and then start sprinting.
And then start sprinting.
Oh, damn it. I'll run over there.
All right. Well, Epke gets there first, and Epke, right when you arrive, there's a flash of light, and Drusk, you see Epke disappear.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Would I see Dress coming towards it too as I'm running there?
Yep.
I would have pointed towards the keep to try and get him just go tell her what happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the keep.
This sure is good stew.
You run into the keep, past Amari, who's on guard outside on her watch. And what do you do?
Amari, okay, listen. Warlord Tukad showed up at the tavern, and then Epke and Kanashi disappeared in a flash of light. People are getting stolen by some kind of magic teleportation. I don't know who to tell about that, but go tell everybody about that. And then I'll go back to the tavern to get Darnaby, since he's the only one left.
I'd
hey,
laugh.
Drusk,
Darnby had
what's going
already
on?
left.
Darnaby, you're just finishing up your stew when Drusk runs back into the tavern.
Oh, did you forget your stew as well? I can pack it up for you.
Kanashi and Epke got kidnapped.
What? When did this happen?
A while ago.
Why am I only finding out about it now?
Because you've been inside.
I was hungry.
Chappie, wrap up their stews to go.
I'll jump up and run outside. Where did they go? What happened? Tell me everything.
I tell him everything.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You are now caught up. You guys are standing out in front of Chappie's.
Where exactly did they get beamed up from?
It was like somewhere around here. Was it over here?
Yep.
I'll like scoop up some rocks, and I'll just like walk in that direction and just like throw rocks like every few feet, just see if the rocks do anything.
Nope. Nothing seems to happen to the rocks.
Huh.
I'll do an investigation check of the surrounding area.
All right. How close are you getting?
Not close.
I'll do an investigation. I'll probably get close because I have no idea where it happened.
All right. I will have you both make investigation checks.
You'd see the marks on the ground. That's, I guess, where it happened.
Yeah, you'd see the tracks.
Darnaby, you do see some tracks, and as you get close to them, Drusk, you see a flash of light, and Darnaby has disappeared.
Ha.
I found them. I did it.
I will take out my rope and I will start roping off the bad area.
Police cordon gonna be on your way.
I was
Something
thinking
to
you're
see
the,
here, folks.
thinking you're either gonna do that or just pace back and forth like, do I go? No, yes, no.
I will rope off the bad area.
All right. How close are you getting to the bad area?
Keeping a wide berth.
15 feet? 20?
Yeah, I'll call it 20.
All right, 1 second.
And you don't even have your good armor on.
Oh no.
Nope. Well, that's okay, because I don't have to fight anything if I don't go in there.
And the hobgoblin can't start its attack.
There's only a
Um,
couple of guys
As
though.
you're starting to rope this off, you see a confused Amari running over to you with a few soldiers, and she says, how much did you have to drink, and what are you doing? I'm so confused.
Everyone who steps in this area is being teleported by some kind of transporter trap. Some kind of,
Are you
That's-
sure?
I forgot Drusk.
I'm sure. Here, send one of the unknighted guards through.
send one of the peons through.
Richard, go over there.
Get in there, red shirt.
Ma'am,
Richard,
are you serious? She
thank-
goes, yes, very. Right over there.
thank you for your service to the order, Richard.
And Richard walks right up to where the footprints end, and nothing happens.
I walk over to Richard to see what's going on.
As soon as you get next to Richard, there's a flash,
No!
and Drusk
knew it.
disappears.
Brian, you baited me!
Well, that denotes that there's some kind of intelligence behind this trap.
Uh-huh. They're fishing for us.
All right,
Yeah.
why don't we do a 5-er right here? Is a good time for it.
Oh
All right.
god.
I'm gonna
No!
get the
I'll be right back.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
I'm back with Bia.
All right. Well, I'm back whenever you guys are back.
Some of us are back at least.
I am back. I don't know
I'm
about
back.
Marcus and Thomas. Marcus is back. Is Thomas back? Thomas is not back. But now I have Bia.
Excellent.
The official beer of Colorado, 90 shilling.
We're just waiting on Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
that
fell
Thomas.
in.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Is everybody else back?
About time.
Yeah, we've been back.
Is Brian back?
Yeah.
Or at least he
Unless he
was.
went AFK again.
He abandoned hope.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
I thought of the same thing.
Yeah, I did not expect to get teleported.
Yeah, it's an interesting development.
I expected something to happen, but not quite that.
Why didn't Richard get teleported? That's fucked up.
Yeah, they didn't want Richard.
And I knew Thomas was going to get teleported as soon as you said that you're going to walk up.
Richard's gonna be my new number 2 after this.
All right, now I'm back again.
Welcome back again.
We're all here now.
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me.
You're excused.
You're excused.
It's Thomas. Are we all back now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We said
we're
we're
all
all back.
Oh, my bad. You guys must have been all back when I left for a moment. All right, hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, Brian's here. Wait, is he
Yeah,
here?
No, when Thomas wasn't here, I just left again for a minute. Now I'm actually
Yeah.
back. All right, cool. Let's get this going. Show on the road.
I was here when you got back, Brian, and
Lies.
I said it.
No, he was.
When you got back the second time.
Okay,
Yes.
that one might be true. All right. You all blink and arrive at the same time on a foreign landscape. It's a place like none of you have ever seen before. You can see the cosmos above, the stars brighter than you've ever experienced before amidst a purple sky. You can see worlds in the cosmos above. Pools of water so still as to be like a glass reflecting. And in front of you
Ooh.
is a large pillared building. The air is still. There's almost feels like there's no air, although you are breathing just fine.
Mm.
Ah.
Mm.
Divinity, Original Sin 2.
Could be.
The 4 of you are there.
We're
Is this-
where? Do you need to switch
On-
maps?
No, just the art. You're standing on this
Oh, okay.
place
Yeah.
in front of this pool of water with this large building in front of you.
Looks like what he was, what Tukad was describing, correct?
It sounds kind of like that, yeah?
Okay. Do we see Tukad anywhere?
You do not.
Okay. Well, I guess we should maybe go to the entrance? Are we standing on the water or just like in front of the pool? Like near
in
the
front
pool?
of in front of the pool.
Right.
Is this meant to appear like a watt?
Like a what?
Yeah, WAT.
Yeah. Kind of ish. Yeah, I could see that. Not intentionally, but I could see it having that kind of vibe. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna start walking towards it. I don't know what everyone
Yeah.
else is gonna do.
Same here. I think, but first I would bend down and like poke the water.
It sends a gentle ripple throughout the pool.
And I'll continue walking.
All 4 of you?
Yeah, I'm going.
The 4 of you go toward the temple. The still air or lack thereof. It's the first time the 4 of you have ever experienced a lack of temperature. It's not hot or cold. It feels like you've stepped into a completely still pool that was the exact same temperature as the air around. It's a very odd feeling. You step into the temple. You find yourself on a bright, almost white golden, semi-translucent floor that seems to be kind of radiating this soft golden energy. And on the 3 corners of the only room in this building, which when you step into it, it seems to have like almost like there's no roof or ceiling. You're just looking out into the infinite cosmos. There are 3 divine-esque creatures that are either waiting or waiting for you. You're not quite sure.
Guardian. Are they actually mind flayers, Brian?
We'll find out soon enough, I guess, right?
Oh no, Brian, they're too big. We can't fight them.
And as you kind of get your bearings inside,
They are quite big.
you hear these voices echo around you that you're sure are these creatures communicating with you, although their mouths don't move and their voices just seem to echo throughout. And the voices say, "You have returned. You are here. You will depart."
Did they all 3 of them say that, or does each one say one of
It's
those
hard to
things?
say because there's no real indication of who is saying what.
Okay.
They feel like each one of them said something. You're just not quite sure which was which. This is a place that you have a feeling has different rules for everything. So your experiences here are alien and a little bit off-putting, It's just not anything that you're used to.
Okay. Did you bring us here? That's what I'm just saying to
The
them.
response is, you were brought here. You are here now. You will leave here.
I'm going to point over this way direction and say, "Where is the fourth?"
They say, possibility was here. Possibility is here no longer. Possibility has left us.
I know what these are. These are the orbs. The orb that we touch is the orb of possibilities. These are the 3 orbs that Tukad has or touched.
Could be. So I'm gonna gesture towards this one and just say, "What do you represent?"
They answer simultaneously and they say, we are the Celestia.
Yes, but each one of you represents a different aspect, does it not?
There isn't a direct answer, but you sense confusion.
Will you say possibility is no longer here? But it was once, was it not?
They said, how would they respond to this? Possibility was here. Possibility is here. Possibility has left us.
It appears that possibility is missing and needs to be returned.
There doesn't appear to be a response, but you do sense confusion once more.
Hmm.
Then you hear. Go ahead.
Why were we brought here?
They say, you have saved Valmar. You are saving Valmar. You will save Valmar.
Dealing with fucking string theory here, Brian.
What did you mean when you said we were returning? We returned here.
You have been here before. You are here now. You will be here again.
What of the other one? It was you who brought us here, yes? What about the other one you brought?
No other was brought. Only the champions. You were the champions. You are the champions. You will be our champions.
How many champions are there?
The champions were here. The champions are here now. The champions will be here again.
What if not everybody here is inclined for divine patronage? I'm not familiar with your teachings or pantheon. It's foreign to me, and I'm hesitant to be the champion of anybody I don't know.
It's foreign to me, too.
You were our champion. You are our champion. You will become our champion.
I'm gonna say a prayer to Talos and be like, "Hey, Talos, what's going on, man? Can you help me sort this out? I don't know what the deal is."
These
A-
bitches are wild and
As you begin to pray, each of the three deities gently close their eyes and bow their head until the completion of your prayer.
Interesting.
And when your prayer is completed, there is no obvious response, but they open their eyes and respectfully raise their heads.
Are you related to the Raven Queen?
The gods do not have power here. The gods never have power here. The gods will not have power here.
So you are not gods.
We are Celestia.
Are you more powerful, less powerful, or just different?
We are Celestia.
All three, I guess.
You have chosen your gifts. You will choose your gifts. You have chosen your gifts.
Each
Ah.
time we choose one of the following. Oh.
Hey, Brian complains about every character having dark vision, and then he gives us all the ability to have dark vision.
For 1 round.
Okay.
For 1 round, once per long rest.
I can speak Celestial. Nice. We can use it on another character's turn.
Like if you use it as a reaction.
Can we do that? Is it a reaction?
I don't know. I think some of them might have that. It's been honestly a hot minute since I looked at these.
Double your proficiency bonus to your spell DC. That's crazy. Oh, is that only for one spell?
1 spell, once per long rest. So you can each choose 1.
Well, Talos, this stuff's pretty sick, so I hope you're good with it.
Hmm. I think I gotta go with Gift of Arcane.
You can't.
Why not?
You can only be chosen by bards, clerics, druids, sorcerers, or wizards.
He's a
I'm
bard.
bard.
Oh, you are a bard. I don't know why I was thinking you were a
Idiot.
warlock.
You just assumed, like we all did. Like, of course, Aaron's playing a warlock.
No, that's not supposed to be a feat.
I mean, it's a pseudo feat.
It's a feature.
You chose resistance, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I chose too.
I wish I could take Gift of the Ferocity, but rogues aren't part of the chosen ones there. Alright.
Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm done.
I am done.
I am done.
Are you ready?
I am not done.
All right, take your time. No rush.
What did everybody take?
Taking Gift of Knowledge.
That's a good choice for a rogue. I mean, it just
Yeah.
makes you the most skill monkey to ever skill monkey.
I did like Resistance a lot, though.
Source type.
Brian, you gave us legendary resistance. You're gonna regret that so bad.
Mm.
At some
I guess
point,
I'm gonna call it a feat.
at some point, you're gonna regret that. You're gonna want to hit us with like a dominate monster or something, and I'm gonna be like, haha, fuck you.
Once per long rest.
By the way, there's 12 new subclasses coming to Baldur's Gate 3. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
I might have to play that
Wow.
game again. Next update, they're adding 12 subclasses.
Yeah, I'll have to play it again too.
They added in Blade Singer Wizards, which Jay will be happy about.
Oh yeah, I guess I should just add everything, shouldn't I? That'll be easy to forget if I don't.
And this is dark vision, not low light vision, right?
This is actual dark vision. It can
Right.
see through all darkness, including magical darkness, but it only lasts 1 round.
Right.
Or if you don't use it in combat, it lasts 6 seconds.
I'm going to assume that if I were to use this to enhance a persuasion or intimidation check, you might give me advantage on it because my eyes flash gold and I'm like it's kind of crazy. Would that be a stretch?
I think it depends on the situation, as per usual.
Okay.
There we go. The obscurity would be like smoke or
Smoke,
fog,
fog, yeah.
okay. Not there's a wall in my way.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't give you the
It
ability
basically
to see
gives you
objects.
It basically gives you true sight.
But if there's a brick wall there, you're not seeing through the brick wall.
Thank
Would
you.
it see through illusions?
Yes. I would
So
say.
it does give you true sight. True sight, you can't see through brick walls or anything either.
No, I wouldn't say true. No, I don't think it would see through illusions. Now that I'm kind of
Oh, okay.
rereading it, yeah. I don't think
Okay.
so, no.
Okay, so it doesn't give you true sight.
It doesn't give you true sight. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Everyone good?
Yeah.
All right, they say you have saved Valmar. You are saving Valmar. You will save Valmar. You are our champion. And then you blink and you find yourself hold on. Un momento. Alright, let me get my little little thingy here. Oh, hold on. Come on, Meow. Come on, roll 20. You're not helping. I'm gonna have to reload a bear back. So unfortunate. It's a terrible time for that. There we go. Excellent. Okay. You find yourself in an open clearing, surrounded by dense, deep forest. You can see large mountain ranges in the distance. You hear the sound of a river nearby. The sun is smaller and more orange in color than you're used to. It's cold, very cold, just right around freezing, with a light snow dusting from the skies above. The wind is coming in at a moderate speed, making it just a bit cooler. And near you, Tukad seems to have appeared at the same time. He looks around from the back of his warg. He quickly dismounts, and he exclaims, "I knew it! I found the portal! Look! Unspoiled, unconquered, and beautiful." And behind you, from where you came, is a swirling, purple-pinkish vortex of some sort.
Hmm.
Did you head fake us, Brian?
I'm so confused.
Well, I'm confused as to why my music isn't working. It's making me very upset.
So I've been like all over Tandar, right? Does this landscape look in any way familiar to anywhere I've ever been?
It does not. The
Lord
sun
of
in
Blades, why are you
particular-
here?
The sun in particular is definitely not of Voltaia.
Um, well, I don't know quite what to do.
How close to us is Tukad?
You guys kind of all, it seems like you all appeared kind of together. And then a few feet behind you is what looks like a portal or a gateway of some kind.
Gotcha. I'll address Tukad and say, what portal is this? What are you talking about? Where are we?
He says it's a new world for us all to exploit. Parallel planes, you see, it was all in the orbs, don't you understand?
No. I saw nothing like this in my orb vision.
I'd like to go home now.
He points to the portal behind you and says, "Step right in." He's kind of holding his hands to the side and looking up to the sky, feeling the snow touch his hands.
So this is another world. Why are you looking for other worlds?
There we go. All right, that's good. Oh. Sorry, the music is not cooperating with me. There we go. He says, "Why not? Intellectual curiosity. Besides, Kanashi, look around. What riches are here? What resources?"
But you're the only one here.
Right now.
When you disappeared, who did you see?
You. Here. Who did you see?
We saw others before we saw you.
Other people?
After a fashion.
How cryptic. Says, "Well, knights." He remounts his warg. He says, "I'm sure I will see you soon." And he rides through the portal and disappears.
It's getting late. Better get out of the weird alternate dimension.
We should probably tell somebody about this. If we're not careful, Tukad might bring the Union back and do some sort of surprise attack to take this portal.
I'm so confused. Is this a Planescape campaign now? What's going on, Brian? Explain.
Who's Brian?
Together, I suppose.
Right, Brian's one of the Celestia.
Yeah, he's the fourth. He's possibility.
So,
Are we able to go back? Oh my
Whoa.
god!
Wow.
Nuclear
Portal
bomb
has
in the.
invaded Thomas.
what?
It
Your
sounded
mic got
like
really
it
weird for a
sounded
minute.
like you ate your mic. Just
It really did.
Does it sound better now?
Yes.
Nice and normal. To
Weird.
answer the question I think you asked, there's a portal behind you, and Tukad just rode through it.
I will go through the portal.
What about the rest of you?
Did you say that this was empty of people that we could
don't
see?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Eh?
You don't
Yeah.
see anybody else around. You do hear the birds chirping and running water somewhere in the. You don't see any, but it seems close-ish.
I think Darnaby, being relatively comfortable out in the woods, would probably not return and would do some exploring.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get a lay of the land nearby.
All right.
I wouldn't leave if not everybody's leaving. If we're not all leaving, I'll stay.
Fair enough. How far away from the portal are you going? In which direction? Let me rephrase. Which direction do you think you're going first?
I would go.
Are you going left, right, straight, or forward?
I'm going straight up.
I mean, you
Z-axis.
Can go what your perception of north would be, but who's to say that the sun rotates?
Is there a very identifiable landmark, like a really big tree or a river or something?
I mean, there's the swirling orange, purple, and pinkish portal.
No, I mean that I can go towards to kind of keep my my sense of direction.
So you're kind of in a clearing right now. To the quotey fingers north is a very thick forest, and in the distance to what would be your perception of the northeast would be some very rugged mountains off in the far distance. To the south is where it sounds like the running water is coming from, and it is much more lightly forested.
Okay. I will go towards the lightly forested area,
Okay.
and I will try and climb up one of the taller trees in that area to try and get a view of the area.
You take your time and are able to ascend fairly high. The trees here seem bigger than you're used to, for whatever that means.
Old growth forest will do that.
Make a perception check.
All right. You know what? Seems like a great time to use my new godly power.
Sure.
So I guess I'll add an extra +2. That's how it works, right? Add my perception again.
Your proficiency bonus, yes.
Perfect. Yeah. What did I say? Perception?
Yep.
Yeah, proficiency. So it'd be a 20 total.
Okay. As you're kind of surveying the landscape, hiding in some brush to the south, or your perception of the south, is a creature that you don't think you've seen before. Is standing on 2 legs. It is roughly humanoid and appears to be kind of a bipedal goat.
Oh.
Oh, I know what those are. Those are beastmen.
Oh no.
That's Malagor, the Dark Omen.
Oh no!
We should see if this guy has a village nearby that we can go to.
Oh no, Torox!
Oh no! Oh no!
I'll
I'm going to attempt to address the goat man in common, and if that doesn't work, I'll try infernal, and if that doesn't work, I'll try abyssal, and if that doesn't work, I will try celestial, and if that doesn't work, I'll try primordial, and if that doesn't work, I'll try undercommon.
Ask him where his herdstone is.
Okay, how are you guys approaching this creature?
Kanashi would just walk up to him.
By yourself?
I would
I
say Darnaby's
guess,
still in the tree.
unless as she approached him, there were indication he would be hostile towards her, she would stop.
Make an insight check.
Like if he's like stamping his foot or flaring his nostrils or stuff. 13.
Okay. How close are the rest of you going to be as Kanashi approaches?
15 feet behind Kanashi.
15.
I'm just hanging in the tree. Still.
I'll probably be about 30 feet behind Kanashi.
So Kanashi, are you basically going like, hello, hola, konnichiwa, just like rolling through like the various languages that you know?
Yeah.
The creature, as best you can guess, seems to understand that you're speaking to it, but does not understand any of the words. And he is kind of grunting and making hand gestures.
I know sign language. I will try sign language.
You actually know sign language?
I know common sign language.
Wow.
I think I also know common sign language.
I know common and goblin.
He's not really communicating in sign language. He's more just trying to communicate
Yes.
in any way that he can do so.
Can I try and see what he's communicating?
You
I know
think
I'm a little far away.
he seems unsure but not unfriendly, and you get the vibe that he's trying to get you to follow him.
Well, I should probably tell you guys this, but when I touched the orb, I did see myself in a village of half goat, half men people, and there was a gnome there, kind of like a hippie gnome.
Were they helpful in your vision? They weren't eating us alive or anything.
No, they
had us
weren't.
on skewers.
They weren't eating us alive. In fact, I don't even remember if you guys were there. But
Well, that's concerning.
yeah, I think we should go follow them.
Perhaps the goats will only accept you as one as their own, as the rest of us are not as hairy.
I'm pretty hairy. Yeah, Darnaby will climb down the tree and join when it seems like he's not being threatening.
I'll go too.
I will follow.
The creature kind of saunters to the south, quotey fingers, and kind of keeps an eye on his shoulder over you, but as long as you kind of don't get too close, he seems okay. And after about 15-20 minutes, he kind of stops and like holds two hands out, like stop.
I'll stop.
And then he kind of hops
I'll
away to
stop.
the south. And it takes a little bit, but about 20 minutes later, he appears.
I would have sat down and just started playing on one of my instruments.
All right.
Probably my koto.
I would be keeping watch for danger.
After
Might
about
also keep an eye out.
after about 20 minutes, the creature returns, and with him is a gnome, and he says to you, Kanashi, in common, but it's like
Thickly accented.
it's like when you're an American and you go to the UK, everybody's speaking English, but it doesn't sound the same.
Oh, brother, bright birthday, lad.
That's exactly right.
Hello, Governor.
Aye, you bastard, out of the water that way.
He says to you, well, I've never heard that tune before. And
It's
that's
from
where
my
we'll call
home.
it for the
What the fuck?
William Duke Cressida?
No, it's pronounced Cressida.
Oh, is it Cressida?
Yeah, it's Cressida, I'm pretty sure.
Why does that name sound so familiar?
I killed all your people already, Brian. How are you here? We killed your people.
That's not who you think it is.
Are you sure?
It's that Bill Burr joke.
That's not Cliff. That's William.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
No one said that Cliff didn't have a brother.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he did it in some couple of the realities.
Oh no.
You're hurting my brain. What did this campaign turn into? Now we're meeting gods, and we're fucking talking to goat people, and Cliff's here.
Alright. Next time I need to remember to try and use my speech of beast and leaf.
How many times do we level up?
You can level up one time.
Whoa!
Oh! Yes, it worked!
One time.
See, you gotta, that's how you do it. You gotta come in hard, and then when he's willing to compromise.
You negotiate down.
Yeah. Take notes, Jay. That's how you get a level up. Brian, can you make copies of all our character sheets before we level up?
I already did that.
Okay, perfect.
file folder call. Oh, you guys can't see it. Yeah, let me give you guys copies of it. Hold on.
Just in case our shit gets wonky again. Where's the? Is there? I thought there was like a level up button.
I thought there was two.
I think
There is. It's underneath your picture on the top left.
Yeah.
All right, and in just
Oh,
a
yeah.
moment, you are all going to see a folder called Duplicate PC Sheets, where there is a duplicate of your character as it stood at the beginning of this session.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow!
Let's go up to level 3.
Let's go!
Let's go. Oh, we get our subclasses now.
You do.
Oh.
Brian, I think I'm gonna multi-class into fighter, but not this level.
Okay. Like after 4th level, after your
Just pick some random domain that has nothing to do with my character. Ooh, lust domain.
Oh my god. I love how the hit points is still so incredibly wrong.
There's a dragon.
So
domain
it said I
for it?
had 20. I clicked go to level 3, and it's like, you have 30 now. I have a D8 die with a +1 con. I cannot gain 10 HP at one level. It is impossible. But hilarious. Ooh. Oh man, what do I want to be? Oh, that what? Oh, okay.
It is
Not what I
weird how
thought
it
for
takes
now.
you basically through the entire
Yeah,
setup.
it takes you through the whole thing rather
Yeah,
than.
I don't like that at all.
Hmm.
I mean, most of it you just don't change anything.
What's the hit die for a cleric? It's a D8, right?
I think so.
So the only time you make a change is if it's a yellow exclamation mark.
Boy, Scout sure gets good stuff at level 3. Hmm. Probably, yeah, that makes sense.
How did they change Crown of Madness in 2024? Okay, it's pretty much the same.
Alright, I'm gonna stop recording by us. I hope the audio is better.
Bye.